All right, there we go.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate your time.
No problem. Here, let me change this back. This background sucks. Thought it was gonna be something cool, but it's not. All right,
So how's everything going? How's the training camp? How's the life been? Just how's everything in general?
good man. Um, Training is going good. Camp is going good. Life is good. Other than trying to look for a fucking house, man, and it's high ass interest rates
Where are you looking to buy a house at?
in Riverside.
Oh, okay. Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
So you've won 7 consecutive fights, not counting the no contest. And I know, it's been a long time coming. You've put in all the work. You deserve everything you've gotten. But is there any part of you that's just a little surprised over like this last stretch that, I mean, has been nothing short of incredible?
You know, I don't know, man. I just been trying to just stay active, man, and pleading with Bellator, just keep me fighting, just keep me fighting, and hopefully, we'll see. I had my fight in February. Now we're in, or is it February? Yeah, I think it was February, and then now we're in July, end of July, and shit, maybe towards the end, maybe I'll get my first three fights. So we'll see. I'm at the edge of my seat.
So would you say that just staying active and being ready has been the main key to your success?
Yeah, my thing is as long as I'm a much better fighter when I'm active, because my weight's good, it doesn't allow me to indulge in all the tasty fucking treats and restaurants that, California has to offer me. So, I'm able just to train and have a couple of cheat meals and just keep training, with the target, ahead, So that's the main thing. I think I'm a much dangerous fighter when I'm active. I and a lot of guys that are older on the older side, maybe they do enjoy 2 fights a year, but my body's still holding up and I haven't accumulated that type of damage throughout the year, so I'm still good.
And so it's been a long time coming, a lot of ups, some downs. And this is such an absurd question to ask now, but I've never interviewed. So I was just wondering, was there any point in your career where you even considered retiring, let's say 5, 6 years ago?
Um, I One time I was thinking about just not fucking fighting because I think it was the trans was it the transition? I think it was the transition from Strikeforce to UFC. Like it was a long time. I think it was like, yeah, I want to say it was like a long time. And I wasn't making nowhere near the money I was making now. So it was like that long stretch, dude. I was just like, and that's all I was doing was fighting, So it went from okay to really bad to the point where I was like, maybe I need to do something like I need to get in another career. Like,
Yeah, and especially because you're one of the OGs that was like before MMA was really getting popular. So you were mostly, just doing it for the love of the game.
yeah,
But, bless up now that those paychecks are right, what we're looking for.
yeah.
Anyways, July 29th, you get the always dangerous Andrey Koreshkov. What are your general thoughts of him as a fighter?
I mean, he's a good fighter. He's seasoned. Once was a champion. You know, and he's a guy who comes to fight. So I mean, I'm thinking the same thing I thought the first time we fought. And there's no difference. There's no I already beat you in the back of my head moment. That shit is after to me like after I fought somebody that is at that time of that point of time, that shit means nothing now. You know what I mean? So, he I mean, we fought each other 3 rounds, so he knows what I'm bringing to the table, and I know what I'm bringing to the table. So, and what he's bringing to the table. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, that was going to be like my next question because that's like, the first thing everyone says is, oh, there's already a win over him. But is it fair to say that you guys are definitely different fighters than the first fight?
I would think so. I would think so because I mean, in the first fight, you don't really know what that guy. I mean, you can watch film and all that type of stuff, but
Hmm.
being in there in the moment, you finally get to see like what your opponent's all about. So I've changed, and I think he's changed a little bit, But I mean, at the end of the day, once we get in there, we'll be able to see.
And so just a couple moments ago, we were talking about you staying active. Do you think ring rust will play a factor for him, or is it just, when you have that much experience, it doesn't really matter?
I'm not sure. I would. I mean, in his case, I would hope not. So I'm not too sure. You know what I mean? I'm just going in there like, I've been training since the last fight, and I've been feeling good. So he's getting 110% Lorenz. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling good.
And so what do you need to do to get your hand raised? What is a main priority without, any type of game plan, just in general?
Just going to me is as long as I gone through my camp the way I was supposed to do and didn't cheat myself in any shape or form, you know what I mean, and put in the work that I was supposed to put in, which I did. As long as I'm firing all cylinders, man, that's all I worry about. That I'm not even thinking about the opponent because I feel like with my time in this game, I've seen it. I've seen it all. So as long as in my head and my body is feeling right, it does. I'm gonna adjust in the fight, no matter what you bring to the table. So and that's what and just me being me and trusting that my fight IQ and what I have to bring to the table, I will adjust in the ring. But as long as I know on the back end the work I put in, then I'm ready for whoever.
Now, have you been promised a title shot with the win? And if not, do you expect to get one?
I don't expect anything, man. I
You've
oh
been in the game too long to expect things, huh?
yeah, that and just I mean, I mean, my record. I mean, I don't know. I'm beating these guys, and I'm even this fight. He's number 5, and I'm number 9. You know what I mean? So, it, and I already beat him, and he fought 2 times since we fought in Bellator. He fought 2 times out of Bellator. I fought 5 times, 5 times in Bellator. Since we fought. So I don't know. I don't expect anything other than my hand being raised, collecting that check, enjoying Japan, coming back, and getting back on the phone and being like, "What's next? Let's look towards the end of the year."
And so that was actually my next question. Forget the opponent, forget the fight. How excited are you just to go to Japan, experience that culture, and fight in front of fans that, see the fight game completely differently?
It's the best, man. It's one of the better countries I've been to. Super respectful, super like like just the whole culture is a fight culture. They understand fighting, they respect fighting, they respect fighters. Not saying in the Western parts we don't, but a Western fight in an arena is a big time difference between the fight in Japan. So they're just real knowledgeable, and when you do something good or technical, they applaud real quick, and then they stop and it's quiet, and it's almost like they want you to hear your coaches I don't know. It's a weird feeling, but I always tell people, man, if you haven't been able to go to Japan, you should at least experience it one time. It's a clean ass country. You can't find trash on the floor. It's crazy, man.
And last question I have for you, I know you're locked in for this upcoming fight, but are you just taking your career one fight at a time, or do you have a general, I don't want to fight past 40 or I don't want to fight past 43, anything like that?
No, like I keep saying, like, if you really look back at my career, man, I haven't taken damage like that, as far as like guys can look back at past fights and be like, damn, like he was all cut up or he was all bloody or his eyes were shut, or just like fat, whatever. Like I haven't experienced, like, yeah, I've been cut two times in my career, and one was a scratch on my nose. And actually, that was in Japan. That was a scratch. And the other one was like a headbutt from like Magni, or like not a purpose head bump, but like we clashed heads, I believe. But other than that, is like I've never came out of fights where like I'm just all battered up. Other than like achy bones and muscle aches and that type of shit. But luckily, I've had a style to where I don't absorb damage like that, and I don't take a lot of damage to where my body's not holding up. So I mean, once when the point in time comes where I'm like these fighters are a little click above me, you know what I mean, and I'm trying to keep up, but I can't. I'll walk away. Like it's not worth it. But for the meantime, I still feel faster than these motherfuckers.
Oh my gosh. And that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate all your time, and I hope for everything for the best in your upcoming fight and moving forward in your career.
Appreciate it, man. Take care.
Have a great rest of your day.
All right, you too.